and 4. The battle is on. It's going to be too close to call side by side. Long Joe gets it. Oh, we got contact. We got flips. We got big wrecks here going back to the front because we're racing back to the line.
William Page with the victory.
Looking for second here.
Musa's gonna.
Oh, he's gonna use that apron.
He's gonna use the apron.
They're gonna be side by side. Coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's gonna be a drag race to the line. Tom Musa gets it.
Tom Musa, where did he come from?
Boyer trying to close the gap. He's gonna get to the bumper. Oh, just barely did not make it. And coming off of turn 4, Jeff Sikenis is gonna win it at Dover.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the TMP Racing League Cup Series here from the Daytona International Speedway. As always, I'm your host, Joe Towansky, and alongside me tonight, you've heard him a couple times now on JTN, the always entertaining, never boring, always exciting, hometown hero tonight from Daytona, Mr. Joseph Weaver. Weaver, welcome back to the World Center of Racing.
Thanks for having me, Joe. Glad to be here. Hometown race, commentating here at the TMP Cup Series.
A hometown race, and it's the home of stock car racing here, the birthplace of speed, as some would like to say. The Daytona Beach locale, the Daytona International Speedway. 80 laps on tap tonight as part of our race preview presented by our friends at CircleBeatICast.com. Remember to use code JTN at checkout for free shipping on your order of $10 or $20 or more. I wish it was 10, but it's 20. Going to be reaching speeds of close to 220 miles per hour here tonight, Weaver. It's going to be a fast night. 80 laps, that's not that long here at Daytona. It seems like it's a while, but some of these drivers are definitely going to be pushing it early.
Yeah, it's going to have a nice sprint race tonight here at Daytona. Fun track, one of the hallowed grounds of NASCAR. I know everybody in this field wants to win here. Who doesn't?
Who doesn't want to win at Daytona? And we already had qualifying. We're in happy hour right now. With that being said, Weaver, tell us who won that pole and who's take us through the rest of tonight's starting lineup.
All right, sitting on the pole with a time of 43.3 seconds will be Josh Boyer, and starting on his outside will be Ricky Bumbalo. On the second row, we will have Tom Musa and Rich Knappick. In the third row, we'll have John Palmer and Dan Rubino. Fifth row will be Will Driscoll and Roger Nebelsick. Sixth row will be Richard Finkel and Tom Faskals. And running out the field, we have Ron Milkey and Ken Squires.
You only got one wrong. It's Wade Driscoll.
Oh, I apologize for that.
Our Indiana 200 winner, too. My goodness. It's okay. Weaver still got the rookie stripes on. I think Bristol said you got to keep those rookie stripes for like 20 broadcasts or something.
Oh, man.
Hey, we're 3 deep now, right? We're 3 deep now. But can't thank you folks enough for joining us here tonight from Daytona. Make sure if you haven't already, you hit that like button on the video and subscribe. Both things completely free to do, and they help us here at JTN, help the guys here at TMP, and also help you keep up to date with all things JoeSo Network. Remember to also check out new in 2022. Well, it's JTN2. Now available again, JTN2, right here on YouTube. Should have it linked down in the video description below. If not, we'll get that remedied at some point. Weaver, of course, the NASCAR Cup Series is going to be here in a few weeks. A few short weeks. This kind of serves as a little bit of a tease for what we're going to see, right? Really fast speeds. Of course, we're using the Gen 6 cars, not the next gen tonight. But really fast speeds around Daytona with a smaller field tonight.
Yeah, real fast speeds. These cars are kind of nimble for stock cars, I'd say, on these super speedways. I've always enjoyed the way the Gen 6 ran at a super speedway. Get decent runs with that big front end. They punch a nice big hole in the air. I think we should see some really good close racing tonight. Some great paint schemes out here. A couple guys throwing it back to the old Days of Thunder movie that was filmed here in Daytona. Partially, at least. See if one of them can put it in victory lane.
You have to think when you wrap the car nice and special, you got to have a good finish, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You got that absolutely line down, too. I love it. There's our pole sitter, Josh Boyer in the Hornet Highline number 41 Mustang. Can I get your best Daytona USA rendition?
Oh, I don't know if the throat's ready for that one yet.
But folks, we're winding down happy hour right now. Again, it's going to be a great night of racing. You're not going to want to touch that search bar. You're not going to step away from your smart TV screens. And about, 13, 14 cars on the grid tonight. So, small field means you got time to go to the back and back to the front. But that doesn't mean these drivers aren't going to be pushing it for 80 laps around this 2.5-mile super speedway. Cars getting lined up on the grid. We'll get the command momentarily, and we'll get ready to get things underway here from Daytona.
Drivers, start your engines!
As you hear the command to fire, these 13 stock race cars, the Dodge Challenger pace car will lead them off the pit lane, and in about a lap, they'll hand it on over to Josh Boyer, Ricky Bumbleau on the front row. It's going to be those two lining up 1 and 2. Tom Musa, Rich Knappick on row number 2. Row 3 going to be comprised of the 108 Dog Palmer and the 44 Dan Rubino. Then Wade Driscoll, Roger Nebelsack making up row number 4. Rich Knappick and Tom Fascows rounding out your top 10. Ron Milkey, Ken Squires, and Rod Weston rounding out your field of 13 here from the world's center of racing. So glad you're joining us here on a Monday night. Racing season getting kicked off here from Daytona over the weekend with the Rolex 24. Now it's TMP's turn to race around these hallowed grounds again. So happy you're joining us. Make sure if you haven't already, hit the like button on the video and subscribe. Weaver, are you ready to go racing here from your home track?
I'm absolutely ready to go. Hope these guys can put on as great a show as they did in that 24-hour race just this weekend. I think they have it in them.
I think they have it in them. It's a little more of an exciting track too, especially when you're taking some stock cars around here. Pace car going to pull down on the pit lane, hand the field over to Josh Boyer in the number 41. Fans are on their feet, green flag in the air. We're underway here from Daytona.
Looks like the inside line got a little better of a start there. We got 4 as compared to one car kind of getting a jump on the outside and 3 behind him kind of ganging up now.
Not going to be a bad spot for Ricky Bumbleau. He's out to a big lead. Josh Boyer going to get into that outside line. We saw in practice that middle to outside groove really the place you want to be.
Yeah, I think right now people are just going to feel it out, see who they're going to work with. We see a bunch of Chevys in this field, a couple Fords, and I think one Dodge. He might be on his own picking a strategy, but I think we will see some manufacturer lines tonight.
Those manufacturer lines, they get drawn really early. Moves, so with a big move up to the top, Dog Palmer to his inside in that 108 car. Allow Josh Boyer now to slip down behind the 108 in front of the 6, so a couple Fords getting lined up there on the bottom. You got 3 of them, a couple hitting the apron.
I think another thing with these small fields, we might see a little more timid moves here early. People might want to feel it out a little longer. They know they're going to get a good finishing position out of this race, so they might just ride around for a little bit and then really go for it at the end.
Move for the lead. It's Dog Palmer going to have some help from Tom Musa behind him. Dog not taking that steady approach, that conservative approach early. He's to the lead for the first time tonight here on lap number 2. Going to take that 4 City Chevrolet with him.
two of those sharp-looking Days of Thunder cars there at the front of the field now. Seeing a couple of these cars kind of get squirrely in these corners. I wonder if these people set their cars up tonight. Little free, cool conditions out here in Daytona this weekend.
Well, thick setup, so everyone's got the same thing underneath them, so gonna be, like you said, interesting to watch if these cars are a little loose through the corner, maybe a little argy-bargy later on in the race, as Musa has now taken over the lead. Battle on for second, things getting a little more formed up here at the front of the field, but still kind of a disjointed field of 13 early in the going. Oh, there's contact!
Oh, no.
Big crash down into turn one, all but two cars involved, a couple up and over. 33 Tom Fascow's heavy damage on the back of that racing vehicle. And Weaver, that's going to bring out caution number one.
You know, I think that might have been one of those cases of a car getting loose in that tri-oval. A lot of people say that's one of the trickiest parts on this track. It'll catch any good driver out.
Yeah, it looks like Ricky Bumbalo, he, like you said, gets loose on the exit of the tri-oval, gets into the 108 Dog Palmer. You see Dan Rubino going for a spin way out from everyone else, then the heavy contact there at the 108 and 33.
Tough impacts for a few there, but also a lot of people just slid out, go down and get 4 fresh Goodyears. It might be good for the end of this race still.
Any hard feelings coming out of that wreck?
You know, I don't really think so. It's like I said, it's a tough part of the track. He really looked like he just got loose there, and once you wreck here at Daytona, it tightens up really quick on those entry and exits of the tri-oval. Kind of hard to avoid a wreck.
On board with Fast Cows here. And this was just the wreck that kept on going down into turn one, too. Just, again, it may be part of a product of that smaller field. Everyone all together.
Oh, it looks like he almost had it missed there, too, for a minute.
As you predicted, everyone coming down the pit lane have to think everyone going to get 4 fresh Goodyear Racing Eagles on their race cars. 41, Josh Boyer overshoots the stall. Race off pit road. Looks like it's can't too close to call. Give it to Tom Musa. He wins it. Josh Boyer in second. Boyer wins it off pit lane. Never mind. Dan Rubino, Ken Squires, Ron Milkey, Rich Napick, Rich Fenkel, Rod Weston, Wade Driscoll, Ricky Bumbalo, Dog Palmer, Roger Neville second. Fast Cow's getting a fast repair almost. That 33 looking pretty okay right now.
I don't wonder what that engine's going to be like after a wreck like that, but at least the aero's looking good. That is a big part of these cars here at Daytona.
You know, it seems like the trend in recent years has been these super speedway cars look more like short track cars at the end of the race. Hoping that's not the trend that we observe here tonight. But nonetheless, Josh Boyer out in front as he has been very often here in the TMP Racing League. Folks, we got a bunch of great racing coming up for you later on this week on JTN Friday night. That's February 4th. Got a special event coming from you from the Rockingham Speedway, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. More info to come. That's why you're going to want to make sure you're following us on our Twitter at JoTo Network. Then it's Lynn Voiles Memorial, February the 5th, from the Talladega Superspeedway, 9 p.m. Eastern Time this Saturday night. Get you a great race Saturday night, Obviously, the Clash going to be Sunday for the NASCAR Cup Series, and then the Excel Racing Danoskins Pro Cup from New Smyrna. It's New Smyrna week there for Excel Racing, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, February 7th. We're going to have racing from New Smyrna. Monday, Weaver. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, going to be a great speed weeks here in Daytona for us on JTN.
Just like real life, one of those classic tracks that always kicks off the racing season. Love to see that some of the people in the virtual world giving it its due time and love as well.
And we all love New Smyrna, right?
A wonderful little short track.
That's where the Clash should be, according to most.
I wouldn't be opposed.
Might be a little biased there, right?
Yeah, just slightly.
Well, pace car lights do appear to be off. We'll go back green this time at the line. Same way we went to start the race. Josh Boyer with control this time, single file for the restart. Pace car makes the hard left turn down the pit lane. Boyer with control into the restart zone we go. Green flag, we're back underway here from Daytona, lap 8 of 80.
Like everybody's firing off without a problem here.
How long is it going to take for these boys to get double file again and dicing it?
You know, I think this is my second time watching these boys race at these plate tracks. I don't think it's going to take them much time at all. These guys get up on that wheel and get going when it's time to go.
Hey, and the officials here at TMP, you know what they did tonight, Weaver? They took those plates off these cars. They
I
said,
can tell they are zooming tonight.
They said let them breathe. And that means more horsepower, more speed for you, the fans at home. Some of the fastest racing here from the Daytona International Speedway that you'll ever see is Tom Musa trying to find a way around Josh Boyer for the lead. Got Dan Rubino there in third, Ken Squires, Ron Milkey, your top 5. Ricky Bumbalo trying to find his way back up towards the front. He's to the inside of Rich Fenkel further on back. We watch the battle for the lead as Musa trying to find a way around Josh Boyer.
Musa's taking a peek to the outside here in 1, but he's going to get the door shut on him. He looks low now, side by side with the 41.
Drag race down the back straightaway. Musa has the push from Dan Rubino. Also has Ken Squires behind him. Musa to the lead. Big healthy push there from the 44 Hobo Racing Chevrolet. A good job there by Bino, too, to get off that rear bumper. Once they got into the corner, 52 looks to the inside, not enough of a run there. So Musa leads the lap. 8th of the way through this one. 70 laps to go here from Daytona.
Notice now those top 5 all went by that 41. All Chevys working together on that low line.
Well, I think it's everyone working against Josh Boyer right now. I think some of these guys aren't too happy with the amount of winning that the driver of the 41 does here, especially as of late. Won the last 2 races broadcast here on JTN as part of the TMP and ASRA National Championship. Look now, that 85 Ricky Bumbalo, he's back up into 4th. Weaver rebounding after that, causing that first incident. I think the driver of the 85 would take blame for that one.
Yeah, I think you would, but you know, there's not much you could do when the car gets loose on you like that, racing tight, too wide like they were. It's just you know, those things happen. Team makes a move there to get up into 3rd around Ron Milkey in the 60. Taking a peek now on 2nd.
Ricky Bumbleau is always the aggressor here on these plate tracks, always looking to find a way around these guys and get to the front. Looks now to the outside of Rubino. Not enough of a run there. That 44 scoots on up in front of him. Special thank you also has to go out to the driver of the 85 for bringing us out and helping subsidize bringing all the cameras down here to Daytona.
I'll have to let off there with a little move by the 44 getting down on the apron. Move to back out there.
The single file racing almost feels a little more dangerous than the double wide, right? Because you have, you have 3 or 4 different moves you can make rather than 1 or 2.
Yeah, and I believe these guys are getting some pretty big runs here with this draft train we got going. You get a run, you make it, and somebody blocks a little too late. We've seen disaster happen.
How do you balance taking a run versus not taking a run? Like, is there a balance there? Is that maybe something an experienced driver would know when to take a run as there's contact again?
Like we had the same thing happen a little loose off the trial. We got Ron Milky around, as well as Ricky Bumbleau.
Caution
Keep
out
it on the apron.
for the second time tonight after Ricky Bumbleau and Dan Rubino make contact. You saw it live. You'll see it again as Bristol fetches our replay. Looks like Bino, he's on the apron there. Bumbleau comes down again on exit the tri-oval. Him and Melky go for a little bit of synchronized spinning. But both able to keep it locked down, stay out of the grass for the most part, avoid ripping off the nose on those race cars, and, well, they'll continue to hopefully see some better days.
A couple years ago here at Daytona, they wouldn't have had that luxury of not getting in the grass down there going into turn 1. Unfortunate circumstances, but we do thank Kyle Busch for that advancement in the track.
One thing I think all racing fans would thank Kyle Busch for. Well, Tom Musa leads right now over Dan Rubino, Kenton Squires, Tom Fastcows, and John Dog Palmer. That's your top 5, as we'll allow these drivers to get an opportunity at the pit lane this time by 4 tires and fuel again, or you think maybe some guys take the 2 and can of fuel to fill up the tank?
I think you're definitely getting it as full as you can on fuel here. Maybe 2 tires, maybe even none, depending on how they're feeling. But then again, I've seen these cars get kind of loose, so you might be taking right sides and 2 cans here.
If your car's obviously it's fixed setup, so there's nothing you can do mechanically to the car, but do the tires really help you enough maybe build some stability back into the wheels underneath you?
If you've noticed that they are wearing a little bit quicker than normal, I would say so. I have noticed some advantage on super speedways in the past, taking tires as opposed to not.
It's always that game of chance, right? You're hoping that taking the 4 tires doesn't cost you some positions, because you also know they might help you gain those positions back. It's a really weird scenario at times to ensure, as there's a bunch of 2-tire stops. Tom Musa with a terrible stop on that 4 car. He's going to lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions and drop outside the top 5 here for the restart.
Tom Musa, one who elected to take 4 tires there. Maybe gearing up for later in this race where he can take 2 or none.
That's another thing to weigh, right? If we get a green flag run and we have to have green flag pit stops, nobody's going to be able to take 4 tires because you lose too much time. A 1/10 of a second on the pit lane is worth 2 to 3 seconds on the track.
Absolutely, and at a track like this, you're going to want to be pitting with other people. You're going to orchestrate that. You don't want to do something that they ain't, because you go in with them and you don't come out with them, you're up the creek without a paddle, as some might say.
Dan Rubino going to lead us back to green. Rod Weston, Wade Driscoll, Rich Knappick, and Dog Palmer, your top 5. Pace car going to go on down the pit lane. Good quickie yellow here. Rubino with control, and we're back underway here from Daytona. Laps 18 of 80. Weston with a little bit of contact there with that mellow yellow Chevrolet to the outside wall. Gets it back going, though. Driscoll in the Mountain Dew colors. A little bit of a rivalry there. Sits in third right behind him.
Which one you picking out of those two, Mellow Yellow or Mountain Dew, Joe?
Probably Mountain Dew.
I'm a classic Mellow Yellow guy.
Mellow yellow is hard to find.
It is. I will give you that. It's a nice treat whenever you can find it, though.
Your sponsor, the NHRA.
Yeah, they've had ties in motorsports for quite some time. It's nice seeing them on track. I believe you see them in the real-life Cup Series every now and then on throwbacks.
Battle on for fifth. Moves it to the outside of Palmer. Not able to get it done this time. Going to have some help from the 2-car. A little bit of a tandem draft going there on the outside, trying to pull that 60 along with them behind. But right now, some stragglers losing this lead draft, Weaver. I mean, that is not the recipe for success.
No, and I assume a couple back there probably have a little bit of engine damage, but we see Ricky Bumblebee there. He was just up, vying for the lead, and now he's falling back a couple seconds off the lead pack.
Just saw Weston get really loose there on the exit of the tri-oval. Is that loose condition? Is it a loose that you can feel, or is it one that's going to be creeping up on these guys with where it's coming?
The way it's coming, it seems like it's kind of creeping up on them, catching them off guard right as they're unloading off that tri-oval.
How hard is that as a driver to, because if you know what it is, right, you can try to figure out a way around it, but probably finding a way around that particular issue is going to lose you some time, lose you some speed. I mean, do you balance that? Do you maybe give up a little bit right now to make sure you can keep your car clean and keep the guys around you happy as there's a big moment for the 52?
I think it's one of those things you're just going to have to manage as this race goes on. There's not too much you can do at a track like Daytona where you're really letting off or you're running the risk of losing the draft, especially if you're further back in the pack. But you just got to realize that, it gets loose there, kind of know not to make any big moves in that area. Take it cautiously through that area of the track.
Ron Weston had a run for a second, got out of line. Napick, though, going to dive it to the inside, and it's battled for second. Napick has the help with the draft in front and behind. He gets the spot. Weston now tries to pull down in front of Doug Palmer. There's a little bit of contact. They keep all those cars straight, but almost another big one there on the exit of the tri-oval.
These cars out here look like they're running a short track the way they're sliding around, throwing blocks.
Hey, you said you'd like New Smyrna. I think these guys maybe brought that New Smyrna mentality here to the big track up the road.
It seems like it. You take the restrictor plate off these cars and they get wild on a track this big.
Weston pushes Napick around Rubino for the lead. Rich Napick to the point for the first time tonight. No help, though, for the 19 on the outside. It's really the inside again, formed up behind the 44. Weston gets on by for second. I say one thing, and that's what you're going to learn up here in the booth, Weaver. You say one thing, and then they'll do the complete opposite, and you just scratch your head and throw your hands up in the air, and you learn to live with it. You learn to live with being wrong.
Hey, that's why they're down there and we're up here.
That's my favorite cliche.
I will say I am surprised these guys had 2 yellows early, but it hasn't deterred them. They're out here running like it's the last lap, but I know those people at home watching love it. I do too.
Hey, always great racing here on JTN. Have more of it coming your way. That's why you're going to want to make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already. Love to see all your support. We appreciate y'all so much being here with us Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever day of the week it is. We got you covered here on JTN as well with our huge back catalog of races. Remember, JTN, your home for all your NR 2003 online racing. We got your entire fill here. It's Palmer looking for third.
You're racing. You can't forget about all these nice podcasts you got going now with the Fake Racers podcast, Disqualified. Some great listening out there if you're, a driver, need something to listen to, you're working out, you're riding your bike. Tons of content from the JTN films.
That's why you got to make sure you're subscribed to JTN too, so you don't miss any of that podcast content too, right? I mean, we got it all. There's diecast reviews. There's some other stuff that's brewing behind closed doors. You don't want to miss a second of it. I mean, I don't want to say we're the best, but we're getting pretty dang good at this thing.
Know where I go if I need a motorsports fix.
It's just those 3 magic letters, right?
Mm-hmm. See Ricky Bumbalo there battling his way back up into the lead pack now.
He decided to hit the go button.
If I was him, I'd see all the fun these people in front of me are having. I want to be part of that. I don't want to be running back a second behind the pack.
Even after being involved in 2 incidents?
I'm here for fun.
Bring me home a checkered flag or a steering wheel, right?
Don't even have to bring home the steering wheel.
Wes?
19 took a peek on Rich Napick for the lead there, but Dan Rubino's going to stay behind the 6.
And now Palmer to the inside of the 19 as well, so Weston falling back. Help's going to come from that 85 of Bumbalo. See if he can get there, at least getting some suck up now with the car in front of him. Weston going to dive it back to the inside, so he loses 2 spots there on that exchange. These guys just trying some things right now. We're just trying some things.
Yeah, you got to see what line works best for you. I see Weston here is pretty committed to that outside line. It seems he got a couple chances to duck down low, but kind of riding around that outside, seeing how it works for him, I assume. Now he dives low, gets a little bit of that apron. Might be a little worried about that.
Even the bots know that JTN is your home for NR 2003 race, and that's all I'm going to say.
They love us. Good reminder. Never click a link in chat unless it's posted by somebody with one of those blue wrenches next to their name.
I love it. Big moment there. Weston got right on the back bumper of Palmer. Now again looking to the outside of the 108 Hardy's machine. Nothing going that time by. Drag race though down into turn number 3. Weston has a little bit of momentum as he can stay out front through the center, which he is. He's going to have a chance to complete the pass here with the momentum that he's going to gain on that outside line. Ron Weston back up to third, battle now on for 4th. Bumbalo to the outside of Palmer. Palmer going to let that 85 on by. Learned his lesson earlier. That 108's falling back. Is there something wrong?
No, he might have just seen what was happening in front of him there and figured it's time to back out of it for a little bit here. Kind of ride it out for a few laps.
Telling you, after that though, they're still within touch of those lead 4 cars, but a little bit split as cars coming down the pit lane. That's what it was, pit stops. The 60's gonna miss the pit lane. That's gonna be a commitment cone violation. And that's gonna hurt these other 2.
Did a real good job there to not kill the cone. He didn't run it over, he went around it. We appreciate that. Cone lives matter.
Give him half a lap back, right?
I wouldn't even penalize for it. Trouble getting into a stall here for the 108. Looks like he's just going to abort this time around and go back out. That's going to be tragic.
Disaster. Yeah.
That's the one thing you can't have happen here.
Now I'm confused because they only went about 12 laps. So either those guys forgot to get gas on that last caution, or my fuel numbers are very bad. Either of those things.
I think that's just going to be one that we have to figure out as this race goes on. Like you said, unless they didn't take fuel on their pit stop the last time around, because they did pit under the last yellow.
Oh, and Musa having to come back down the pit lane. Weston with a big send Driscoll, so I guess that's what you got to do. A bunch of lockup from the 78 of Driscoll. Might be a couple more speeders that time, Weaver. And there were 4 still out on the track.
A little contact on pit road between Tom Musa and the 4 and the 41.
Musa down there serving a penalty.
Just gas and go stops here.
The rest of the field stays on track. Again, with a small field, you can't afford to get splintered off from your pack of cars that you came down the pit lane with. We see the 52 has lost a lot of ground. The 78 has lost a lot of ground. Right now, we await these final 4 drivers to come down the pit lane.
Here in front of the booth that our leader Rich Knappich should be in this time pitting. I wonder if that'll bring the rest of them down with him.
I would hope so for his sake, right? I mean, you don't want to be lonely down the pit lane.
He is a lone Ford here, but we do have the one Dodge in the field in that front 4 pack. Looks like he's going to be going down with them.
Here we go. Oh, buddy. Fast cows might have been too fast entering. We'll have to just wait and see. Bumbalo gains a position coming to the pit lane. The rest of our leaders all down on the pit lane. Pit lane, pit lane, pit lane. We go back to Josh Boyer and Rich Fenkel. These two together. Roger Neville set kind of in tow right now as well. There's a 51 going to come down the pit lane now. See where these guys cycle out with the rest of our leaders. First 2 off the pit lane. It's going to be Rich Knappich and Ricky Bumbalo. They're still coming up to speed. Josh Boyer, Rich Fenkel already up to speed. They're going to have a huge run coming down the back straightaway on these other 2. It's going to be about a 4-car pack Weaver for the lead.
See Ricky Bumbalo there looking low.
That's not going to help him get up to speed.
No, ideally you would want to stay single file there and build speed up and then start racing for it, but you know, there ain't no harm getting to the lead when you can either.
Pulls down in front of Josh Boyer. Josh Boyer threads the needle. And he'll get into the lead. Bumbalo second. Fenkel right now in third with a little more speed. There's the one away to Palmer. Things are getting a little hectic here as pit stops have cycled through. And Josh Boyer is your new leader.
Bunch of single car pack out on track right now. Pretty much everybody except for our top 4 here.
Well, 4 cars, we can still race like crazy, right?
I would imagine so.
We watch these guys with the top 4 spots. Would like to remind you that we got more great racing coming up here on JTN, presented by our friends at TWB Technologies, because together we are always better. As Josh Boyer's into the wall, that's going to make it 3 wide for a second. Finkel backs off, but Bumblelow doesn't. He's now to the outside, 3 wide for second. Now with a lap car on the bottom, that's the 60 of Milky. Still 3 wide. We're staying 3 wide. Now we're back safe. Again, February the 4th, that's this Friday. A race to be announced from the Rockingham Speedway, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time for that one. Then it's the Lynn Boyle Memorial, February the 5th. That's this Saturday from the Talladega Superspeedway, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Then the Excel Racing Danoskins Pro Cup from New Smyrna to kick off New Smyrna week with Excel Racing, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. All those races, of course, live only on JTN.
Tight racing here, assisted by these lap cars. We've got 2 more coming up here soon. See Bumblelow looking low on the 2.
Bumblelow looking for second, has Finkel to the outside in that pink Superflow Chevrolet. Finkel now getting the help from Napick. Couple of riches up there on that outside. Oh, 3 wide move. Caution's out. And that is the caution for halfway. We'll get this field racked back up. We can catch our breath. I lost track of what lap we were on, Weaver, because that racing was getting so exciting there at the end.
Some great racing. I'm surprised we're already halfway through this race.
And that would explain why they pit when they did, because that's when the pit window opened up to me again. We are so good at our jobs.
You know, we do our best here at JTN.
You would think I would remember these things. But alas, I still managed to forget them.
It's going to be nice. All these people that lost time are going to be able to catch back up now, and if we have green flag stops again, I think we might see some differing strategies. Probably not so much of the same as what we saw that first go around.
Everyone coming down the pit lane. Get some laps back.
Oh no!
Double sec.
A hard impact with pit wall there. I hope all the crews were able to get out in time.
Well, we can't see them anymore, so hopefully they did. And Rubino trying to win the race off pit road. Don't know if he did. And if he did, a lot of spots gained there for the driver of the 44. Looks like that is the case. And it'll be Josh Boyer, Ricky Bumble, Rich Napick, Richard Fenkel, Ron Milkey, I believe a lap down, Wade Driscoll, Ken Squires, Tom Fasthouse, Tom Musa, Doug Palmer, Rod Weston still on the pit lane. Well, remember, folks, it's new in 2022. It's JTN2. You're going to want to go check it out. It's your new home for the Fake Racers podcast, Disqualified, and so much more. Again, JTN2, subscribe now, because there's new content coming weekly. Again, JTN2, go check it out. And, of course, JTN right here on youtube.com/Johto Network is still your home for all the best NR 2003 online racing action on the web. You're going to want to make sure you're subscribed right here, too. So we're asking you to subscribe to 2 channels. But don't forget, it's completely free to do, and we appreciate you so much. We'll give you an imaginary gold star when you do it. Weaver, I know you've had your gold star for a while. I appreciate you. Appreciate all the JTN fans out there for always giving us all the support.
No, Joe, I just appreciate all that you've done, for the community in NR. Motorsports in general. You're bringing a lot to the table with these podcasts now, your diecast reviews. It's
a lot to the table.
A lot. You're doing great work, and I love to support people that put in good work for stuff that they really care about.
We're just, so much being brought to the table. Cannot thank you, the fans at home, for tuning in, because you make this all possible. And we are so glad that you're joining us here on a Monday night.
Hopefully we're getting your week started the right way.
Oh, and then we'll end it the right way, too. You start your week with JTN, you end your week with JTN. Heck, next week you'll have JTN all week. We have you covered. Pace car are going to uncover the field. Dan Rubino with control here for the restart. Back down and away we go. Green flag once again here from Daytona. Big jump for the 44.
Big jump from the 44, Dan Rubino there. You kind of want to be careful doing that here at Daytona. They get a draft up on you. They'll get slingshot right by you real quick. You get too big of a gap on them. See the 41 of Josh Boyer hunting down his bumper as we speak down the backstretch.
So everyone's got 4 fresh tires and Goodyear Racing Fuel. Rubino out in front. Ricky Bumbalo now takes over second. Rich Napick and battles on for 4th. Josh Boyer on the inside. Wade Driscoll on the outside.
I've never heard of that brand of fuel. Is that exclusive to the TMP Cup Series?
What'd I say?
The Goodyear fuel?
Did I say Goodyear Fuel? Did I say Goodyear Fuel and Sunoco tires?
Oh, we got one around in the back.
The 2-car, Fenkel in the wall, the 19 of Weston also slow. Let's get you a replay.
We are still green.
Oh, it's contact with the 108 and the 19. Weston keeps the car straight. And we stay green, and the battle's on for the lead. Napick on the outside, Rubino on the inside. 3 cars in each lane. Driscoll kind of ducking out now in that 78.
A strong train on the outside. Give the lead to Napick, followed by Ricky Bumbalo in second now.
Bumbalo gets a little loose there on the outside. Always has a flair for a dramatic, does the driver of the 85 on these super speedways.
There's one car you can count on to push the envelope all night tonight. It's been that 85, giving us a great show. Now that's one of my favorite things about these plate races out here. Tracks like Daytona, Talladega. You get so many different strategies on how these drivers want to run their race. You got the uber aggressive drivers, the ones that want to lay back, the the wait and feel it out crowds. There's just so many different ways to run these
Oh,
races.
fast cows hard into the outside wall and around in front of the field. Caution going to come out here once again. That 33, another hard hit. That'll group up those two that lost it. Sorry to cut you off, Weaver, but that was a massive hit for the driver of the 33.
One of those situations, again, you get unloading, coming off these corners, off this high banking, the pressure gets off those springs, the car lifts up, and can get out from under you real quick, as we saw there.
Just a nasty hit, too. Looks like too much damage on that 33 car, but still, you don't want to take a hit with the nose. You don't want that engine damage, right?
No, not at all. We saw the 78 there getting around them nice, as well as the 4, I believe. Someone had got into. Oh, it was the 78. 78 caught a little bit of them. Really didn't have anywhere to go. Everybody else did a good job avoiding them there. Doesn't look like it's too much damage there for Wade Driscoll.
Everyone once again going to come down the pit lane. This puts us in that. We're still in that one stop window though. Still going to have to make another one before the night is over.
Like a split field there on pit stops. About half of them took 2 tires, half 4. This is a big break for those guys that had that earlier little incident that didn't get a yellow there. Get caught back up to the field, get a pit stop in, repair any damage they might have had. Big for the 19. He had that impact with the wall on the backstretch going into turn 3.
It allows everyone to get caught back up. We'll go green next time at the line. Or this time at the line, it looks like. So Napic with control. Be Dan Rubino in second. Here for the restart. So the pace car lights come back on. We'll go one more time around. I got excited.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate race control doing all they can to get as many of these laps done under green here. It might have been just a little ambitious turning the pace car lights off the last time around.
Well, hey, something else that gets me really excited is when I go to circuitdiecast.com and I get free shipping on my order of $20 or more. Now you can too. Use code JTN at checkout for free shipping. Again, on that order of $20 or more, circuitdiecast.com. You're home for not only diecasts, but also hats, t-shirts, and all the racing memorabilia you need. Again, circuitdiecast.com, code JTN at checkout for free shipping on your order of $20 or more. Gotta use that code too. You also help support us at JTN when you use that code. So, you know, Weaver, I know you love saving money. I love saving money.
I was saving money. I'm a big fan of Circle B diecasts. I've bought stuff from them plenty in the past. It's a family-owned operation. Give back to our sort of lot. Good people to support out there if you're ever looking to buy some diecasts. Really good-looking ones too. If you ever need help on what to buy, check some of those diecast reviews on JTN too.
Hey, Weaver's already gone to the Tommy Bordeaux school of plugging things in where they need to be plugged in. I love it. Rich Napic loves what he sees on his front windshield, because he's going to see some green racetrack as the pace car pulls down the pit lane. Napic with control. Dan Rubino in second. Green flag. We're back on our way here from Daytona 58 of 80. Or 52 of 80.
Line's a little tighter on that restart. Not as spread out as they were last time around. See if they get some big runs going here off turn 2.
And this is going to make those runs come a little bit quicker this time. It's saw them take a couple laps to get going already. On the outside, it's Tom Musa with a push from Ricky Bumbalo down the back straightaway.
Big push there. If you're tied up on the cars here too, you really get a run on that first lap under green. You're really not up to speed until about halfway down that back stretch. But if you got draft going early, you're going to get a big run.
The contact with the outside wall, Driscoll and Musa. A couple green and yellow cars with contact. Bumbalo again shoving that 4 car down into the corner. Gotta be careful with where you put that nose on the back end of the car in front of you, especially on entry to the corner. We've just seen that the way these cars shift with the loading and unloading through the corners has been monstrous. Fixing to see it even more here late in the going.
I'm seeing a lot of hungry drivers out here this run. Looks like they're all staying pretty tight together. And Squire's making a move up, pushing Tom Musa. I haven't said his name much tonight.
There's a joke to be made there about how he should be up here and we should be down there with that name, but we'll let it be. Doing a good job behind the wheel of that 52 here tonight.
Yeah, he may be playing one of those strategies where you hang out for a little bit for that first half of the race and then you start getting racy. Save that car a little bit. Not a bad strategy to play.
Hey, you gotta start pushing it now, right?
At least figure out what you got right now. You can still push a little bit now, maybe back off a little bit till the very end, but you gotta see what you're working with at some point. See 2 lines starting to organize here, about 4 deep.
Now we're getting a little racy.
Oh,
Bumbalo.
Bumbalo hard on the outside wall. He's going to collect a few more. 44 up and almost over.
85 was up and over. 52 up and over. Josh Boyer also involved. And once again, disaster strikes as the 85 gets loose on the outside, exiting the tri-oval. How did Rod Weston and Rich Fenkel get through that one? Mellow Yellow on board here with the driver, the number 19.
And, you know, we were just talking about in that 52 with Ken Squires. He almost had that wreck miss, kind of riding the wall there up in turn 1. But the pack will catch up to you in these turns at Daytona. They kind of move up in the corners, drain some energy, and you just got sandwiched up there.
Josh Blair goes around. Guy that hit him there. At 41 got sent for a ride.
Yeah, when you're wrecking at the speeds these guys are running 200 plus miles an hour, you're really just along for the ride when it all starts.
Indeed. Everyone coming back down the pit lane. This puts us right on the cusp of making it to the end of this race, Weaver.
Be close. You're telling your crew to pack that fuel cell as tight as you can get it.
Race off the pit lane. It's going to be Rod Weston winning it. Tom Musa, Rich Fenkel, Rich Napick, Ron Milkey. Your top 5. Maybe not in that exact order. It's like there's a little argument going on here between the 60 and the 6. They got sorted out. 52 car still on the pit lane. Got all the damage fixed on the right side. You see they pulled out those fenders. Looks like everyone's still okay, so we're still going to have a competitive end to this race. But now the games begin with the hitting those clutches.
Yeah, a game of how slow can you go? We'll be getting the green next time by. Lights went off on the pace car.
So you say we're going to drop the fun flag again?
Believe so. I surprised a couple more people didn't come in there. Maybe top off, get a little, just a slight bit more fuel, pack as much in as you can there. 85 did come in along with the 41, I believe. 51, sorry, excuse me.
And Nebelsack, he's been down laps throughout the night, so nothing really to lose for that 51 team coming back down the pit lane.
Oh, it could be a way to get a lap back if we have a caution late in this and he ends up, you know, better on fuel than the rest of the pack. He could always stay out, get one of those waiver rounds.
Alright, so field makes their way off of turn number 4. Rod Weston, Tom Musa, Rich Fenkel, Ron Milkey, and Rich Napick, your top 5 here. So we get ready to go back green flag racing with just 21 laps to go. Weston with control, green flag, we're back underway here from Daytona.
Might even see these guys take a little longer to get up to speed this time around. Might be short shifting here, getting up to 4th gear.
Grab those gears, rip them now because it's time to go. Momentum being formed right now on the bottom behind that 19 of Weston. See what Tom Musa can do now that he's gotten a renewed leash on this race. Looking to the outside now, and that 4 going to be side by side through the tri-oval. Going to have help behind him. That's the 2 of Fenkel. Going to give that 4 of Musa a push. Weston running the same car as he did at Talladega where he wrecked. Hoping tonight doesn't go the same. Going to get close right as I say that, of course. Drag race now for the lead. Musa on the bottom. Fenkel to the outside. Weston and Napick, that second row of cars. They're still racing for the lead, still side by side.
Napick giving Fenkel a good push on that outside. He's been a real strong pusher all night. A lot of people ducking up to this high lane. Seems like it's the preferred groove here late in this race.
Josh Boyer dropping below the double yellow line. Don't know if that's by choice. As now Fenkel going to be clear with the lead. Napick tried to find a way to get to the inside of that too, but that old pesky Ford Tomusa is still there. Here comes Palmer and Fast Cow on the bottom. They're behind that 4-car. Napick and Fenkel get down. Oh, contact!
Oh,
Spinning like a top.
on
It's
all
the
fours.
19 of Rod Weston. Hard into the inside. Kyle Bushwall. It's Ron Milkey. And Ken Squires further on back. It's like he had a moment by himself. We watch how this develops, though. Bringing out the caution. You hear camera high above the speedway. It's like Weston gets loose through that center of the tri-oval contact with the 108. Milky, though, able to lock down, still contact with that inside wall. Going to be some engine damage there, as well as engine damage on the 19. But again, not too big of hits for these guys, right? You didn't have a field of 40 cars coming at you. It was only a field of 13.
No, just need to probably get an ankle check there on Ron Milk when he comes around. Make sure he can wiggle all his toes all right. That's about all he's got to worry about.
You ever not be able to wiggle all your toes after a wreck?
Not after a wreck, but I've had taken some falls outside of cars that have made me question whether I should even try walking again. Expect we see the field come in here and take fuel only. Probably top off, make sure they're good to run the end of this race.
Top off on fuel, and then I think a couple crew chiefs are going to tell their drivers that it's okay to take the gloves off, even though they probably already have.
We got the 44 of Dan Rubino elected to take the track position. He's going to stay out here, inherit the lead.
Rod Weston
He
also
thinks he
stays
can-
out.
Thinks he can space that fuel out just long enough.
I mean, he should be good. Right? I mean, I think maybe there's another caution coming here.
Anything could happen. Another yellow. The one thing you don't want to do, it's kind of hard. You want the track position. You want to be up front, but if you're leading this race under green, you're burning a lot more fuel than those guys behind you.
How much more?
I've seen you can go about 3, 4, even sometimes 5 laps shorter on a run than the field if you're leading the whole time. It'll burn a lot of fuel.
And we're not running the restrictor plates too, so you have to think that's gonna maybe even make that fuel consumption difference a little bit greater.
No, these guys are guzzling the fuel.
They're looking like the guy at the bar that you don't understand how he's still walking at the end of the night. And last call goes around, right?
Especially at this point late in the race. Sunoco is proud when these guys come to these plate tracks because they know they are getting paid.
Dan Rubino going to lead us back to green. Tom Musa going to be in second. Everyone behind Rubino. Pitt, of course. Rich Napick, Rich Fenkel. And Josh Boyer, top 5. Then it's Fast Cows, Driscoll, Bumbelow, Milky, Squires, Palmer, Weston, and then Nebelsack. Rounding out your field of 13. All 13 still on the track. coming down to the late stage of this race. So happy you're joining us. I'm Joe. He's Joe. No, he's Weaver.
That's what people call me.
You don't like it, do you?
No, I mean, it's my name, so I can't hate it. If that's what people want to call me, that's what people want to call me. Just don't call me late for dinner.
There's a story there. We'll have to tell it one time. But Dan Rubino, right? He's got the lead. He's in that 44 Hobo race and doing a great job for all the boys over at Hobo with the lead in that Camaro. Got obviously a fan favorite in chat. He's got to get a good restart here, but he can't get as good of a restart as he did the last time he was in this position because he got way too far out. We'll just have to wait and see as we get ready to enter the Geico restart zone. Pace car going to come down the pit lane. Dan Rubino with control. Green flag in the air once again. We're back underway here from Daytona, and a good job by the 44 to get a good restart but not gap the field.
Tom Musa right on his bumper there coming to the flag. Gonna get a little bit of a lead, but that's just natural when you're controlling the restart here.
I want him right on my bumper. I don't want him to be half a car length back even right now. I want him right there because I can block him if he's right there. He can't make as erratic of a move without wrecking the entire field. That's the games you play late in the going at these super speedways.
Yeah, realistically at a track like this, I almost want to wait till they go first. I want to feel them start pushing my car before I get on the gas when that green drops.
Napik looking for the lead. Look to the inside. Rubino covers. Now Napik to the outside. He's going to be there. Oh my goodness. That's the first time we've seen a car on the outside get loose and there not be a car to the inside tonight.
Very good save there by the 6 of Rich Napik. 2x2 from third on back. Big run, taking it to the inside, going into 3.
Napik to the lead. Gonna have Tom Musa behind him. Dan Rubino now on the outside trying to regroup. Like the field getting a little warpy. Everyone's getting warpy. Are you seeing that on your end too, Weaver?
Just a little bit, you know. Oh, we got one couple in the outside wall. 41 sliding down. Oh, no.
Oh, he's out of the track.
Oh, no.
He's out of the park.
You know, I don't blame him. I don't think they were going to repair that car. He might as well just go out with the campers, have fun with the fans here at Daytona. We have the 2 of Richard Fakel is stuck in the catch fence as well in turn 1.
Oh my goodness. Let's get you a replay. What happened here? I am containing a lot right now. Are you as well?
I'm managing.
Here you see it. Contact with the 33 and 44. 44 down to the 41. Then we're tumbling. We're barrel rolling. And he's out of here. Dan Rubino out with the campers. We do have a visor cam with the driver of the 44, so we'll take you on board through this. Actually, let's take you on the roof.
Might make you sick. This is a wild ride.
And that's what it's like to clear the catch fence at Daytona. Have you ever?
I think he might have just got out of running the big track. You know, outside Daytona turn 1 and 2 here, we have a little dirt short track. They run flat track motorcycles out there, some go-kart racing. Maybe he just wanted to change it up a little bit.
Gets lost in this too is that 2-car Bankel. I mean, he's stuck in the catch fence.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to some extended repairs on that fence and wall after this race. Thankfully, they did that over in one and not on the tri-oval where the fans are sitting.
Oh my goodness. Well, we are on our TWB 10 to go. On behalf of TWB, head on over to GardenLightsDirect.com. From porches to patios to more, for all your outdoor lighting needs, GardenLightsDirect.com has you covered. Again, that's GardenLightsDirect.com here on your TWB 10 to go, and that means we have 2 retirees out of tonight's race, although they're still trying to find a way to fix this 44 car. These car lights are still on. They continue to try to fix that fence here, and sounds like they about have it fixed. Moving the last pieces of the 44 and 2 cars.
I gotta say, Joe, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in my life. That was one of the wildest wrecks ever.
You know, I have never seen a car clear the fence in an online race before.
I agree.
I've seen the AI
never
do
seen
it.
That.
But
It's rare to see a car stuck in the fence, and we got that and more there. That was incredible.
oh my. Well, if that wasn't worth your money, buckle up, because we're gonna have 8 laps to go here from Daytona. A win at one of the most prestigious racetracks, some would call it the most, in the entire world on the line. Rich Knappich gonna have control with Tom Moose, Tom Fastcow, Wade Driscoll, and Ken Squires, your top 5 here. Again, 8 laps to go from Daytona. Are you ready for this?
I think so. I definitely can't not be ready after that. Getting word from the infield, Intervino has been confirmed all right after that wild ride.
That is definitely a good thing to hear. Green flag, we're back underway. Knappich with control, gonna have Musa right on his tail.
Ooh, kind of a checkup there.
Palmer to the inside of Driscoll for 4th. Driscoll loses 2 spots. Dog Palmer trying to get a run going. He's making a late race charge. Has been so good here in the Cup Series in the 2021-22 season. Looking to continue that tonight at Daytona. Pascal's looking to the outside. There you see further on back, Rod Weston trying to find a way around Wade Driscoll. That soda car battle.
See a couple guys taking these here, probably seeing who's going to go with them if they make a move.
We've seen guys been able to make moves by themselves tonight. As Musa looks to the outside of Knappich, that's going to allow Fastcows to get to the inside. And that 4 car has no help right now behind him, as there's a car around towards the back of the field. We stay green. It's Roger Nebelsack in the 51. Not the night that the 51 team was looking for, not the way they wanted it to end. We'll stay up here with the battle for the lead. If we get another caution, we'll take a look at it. If not...
Palmer here kind of playing both lines. Can't decide where he wants to go.
Two more around. Well, they're down in the grass. They're coming. Musa coming back up the track. No one coming behind him. We stay green.
And that gives the second to the 108 of Palmer.
And that puts Rod Weston in 3rd. Milky and Boyer your top 5 now.
think after this race, we're going to have to rename it the Tricky Tri-Oval.
Well, now there's less cars up here. We've lost 3, 4 guys, 5 guys now from this lead pack. Not a lot of energy to be generated. Not a lot of runs to be made right now. Weaver, what do you do if you're Weston, if you're Palmer trying to find a way around the 6 car?
Well, it looks like Weston's just trying to, give a big push there to Palmer. Maybe see if he wants to go around the outside of Napik. Napik's just going to be making his car as wide as he can in these last couple laps. Come here to 4 to go.
It's almost like these guys saw those 2 things happen, didn't get a caution, so now they've settled down a little bit.
Yeah, you never want to make that move too soon here on these super speedways either, because it just get made right back on you. You want to wait to the last couple laps, 2-3 laps. That's when you're going to make that move to win the race.
Hey, we're at 4 laps to go. I think that's within the 2-3 lap margin. Weston looked to the outside of Palmer, didn't have anything going. 60 of Milky looking to the inside of Weston, didn't have anything going, so we stay single file. 3 to go this time at the line for Rich Napik as he's your leader in that number 6 car.
If I'm Dog Palmer, I'm realizing that 6 is washing up this tri-oval every lap. If I could get close enough and have a little help behind me, I might be able to sneak my nose in, get the bottom line going 1 and 2.
Hey, find a way around him, right? You got to do something. Weston to the outside. He's there on the door of the 108. See where the 60 goes. He goes to the bottom.
This is trying. He's just not getting any help yet.
When is he going to get the help, Weaver? Because this time at the line, 2 laps to go from Daytona.
So still single file here, 1 and 2. Nobody with the run just yet. 19's been getting some pretty runs down the backstretch.
See what happens this time going into 3. They know this is the second to last time they'll have this run going down into the corner. Josh Boyer to the outside of the 60. May have Wade Driscoll behind him, see if anything can get generated on that outside line. Doesn't seem to be working right now. This time at the line, Rich Napik, he's going to see the white flag in the air. One final time here from Daytona. Where's the move, Weaver? Where's the move?
I think it's going to have to be here on the backstretch. You can't wait too late now. Palmer looked like he's looking inside, maybe.
He looked outside. He looked back inside. Napik had him covered. Field through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Dog Palmer in second, trying to generate one final run to find a way around this 6 car. It's not going to happen. Rich Napik is going to win the TMP Cup Series race from Daytona.
Great finish there from Napik. Did exactly what he had to do. Made sure that car was wide enough that couldn't open up any lane for Palmer in that 108. Got the win here today.
Folks, stick around. We're going to talk with our top 3 drivers. We're going to show you our winner burning the house down. Get those results on your screen momentarily as well. But Rich Napik, your winner from the Daytona International Speedway tonight for the TMP Cup Series. Well, you said there were a lot of Chevys in the field, a couple Fords, 1 Dodge. Well, tonight it was Ford getting it done on the Super Speedway. I've seen this before.
Blue Oval's got it figured out. They got some good engines under them.
He's trying to burn it down. There we go. Rich Napik, your winner here from Daytona.
This is a big race here at Daytona. You got to tear up that grass.
Epic wins. We'll move on to our post-race coverage. Talk with our top 3 drivers. Get you all the interesting stories here coming out of Daytona, Weaver. I think it's a recipe for success to end tonight's fantastic event. Make sure if you guys haven't already, hit the like button on the video and subscribe. Again, JTM, we got a bunch of great online racing coming at you later on this week. You're not going to want to miss a second of it. That's why you hit that like button on the video. You hit the subscribe button. You also follow us on Twitter and Facebook, Johto Network on both of those. I mean, we got you absolutely covered. There's no reason to miss a race here on JTN. Go ahead and bring in, though, while we're getting those results on your screen, our third place finisher driver, the number 19 Mellow Yellow Chevrolet tonight, Rod Weston. Rod just couldn't get anything done there late in the race. Not enough help.
Yeah, I kept poking out there, kept trying to see if I could get out there. Got to thank Ron, because I think there's a couple of times he probably could have snuck his nose in there and took it away from me. But I just couldn't get anything to go out there. Got to about 3 to go. Started to poke, and I said, I think I'll take third, because there's just no way I'm going to get any further without any help.
Results now on your screens at home. Was that maybe the thing that defined tonight's race? It seemed, smaller car field. It was smaller field of cars. It was hard to get runs going.
Yeah, it seemed like every time I went to the outside, I didn't get any help. So, it's, I guess it's probably part of the thing. I don't run up front most of the time in these super speedway races. I usually kind of hang out in the back and wait and then make a charge. But if, I'll take third.
Third place, nothing to turn your nose up at. Daytona, though, always the tricky track, always kind of, it's a race within a race within a race within a race, right? You got chess going on, you got checkers going on. Throughout tonight, though, you and that 19 team, you were able to kind of work your way up and down the field when you had to. What kind of made those runs after a disappointing day at Talladega a month or so ago? What made those runs possible here tonight at Daytona, coming back to these super speedways?
Well, the first thing is the same car that we ran at Talladega. Just had to put it on a jig, reclip it, hung a new body on it, sent it over to Bumble Graphics, and they put the yellow vinyl on it. But no, it was just good teamwork. We had, Josh Boyer and I worked together a little bit, trying to get a pit stop thing going, and then I ended up spinning on pit road. But Chevrolet, man, that thing is aero fast. It is wicked.
Hey, they figured out how to make them pretty quick here on the super speedways at the end of the Gen 6 era. Glad to see you have a great run again here tonight, Rod. Third place finisher. Before we let you go, though, you've made a habit of being up here in the booth. You know what to do.
Well, obviously, I got to say hi to Mackenzie. She's the one who takes care of my tires. She does a good job with that. Jim Carley, crew chief, Rick Paul, the car chief, all the rest of the guys on the crew. We did, great. Obviously, Mello jumped on for this race. Got to thank TPM for all that they do. Without them guys, this wouldn't be possible. And obviously, Johto Network, man, it's so awesome to come out and watch these. And we got to get more people watching, man. It's pretty wild.
Hey, it's the place to be any night of the week, Rod. Congratulations once again for winning here tonight. All the success you've had this year. Can't wait to see you again in a couple of weeks from Auto Club. Congratulations, and thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Yeah, thanks. I just got to figure out how to beat that Josh Boyer guy sometimes. Have a good night, guys.
Rod Weston, driver the number 19, your third place finisher here tonight. We now subtract 1 from that number 3 and talk with our second place finisher driver, the number 108, John Dog Palmer. Dog, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, Joe. First time in your booth, and hello, Bristol. Here's a bone, boy.
Well, he appreciates that. He has been working like a mad dog as of late. You were racing like a mad dog out there tonight. Up front at the start, great qualifying effort as you have been stringing together these great runs in the Cup Series in this 21-22 season. But the early wreck set you back. What did you have to do to rebound up into the second position tonight?
Just try to put the fire out between my ears. I was a little agitated. Just kept on going up through there, and the biggest problem I had, I kept on missing my pit because I wasn't used to the new paint job of all things. So I must have went from the back to the front 4 or 5 times. But I found there was a lot of draft, and long as you, the bottom line was the place to be. you kind of like use the top line to get your speed, and then you wanted to dive down in the bottom. That's how I was driving. And you could get yourself going 10, 20 mile an hour faster, at least in my car, And it's a pretty good race. My heart rate's up on this one. It really is.
Well, it was a great race, and seeing that battle at the end, just trying to find a way around that 6 car. What more did you need to, instead of be parking, on the second step on the podium, parking it down in victory lane?
Well, I have great respect for Rich Napick, and I wasn't going to do anything stupid. And I didn't expect him to give it to me either. Even though if I would have won, I would have been in the championship. But I have great respect for Rich, and we've raced together quite some time now. I knew the only way to get that would be dirty, and I just don't do that. So I decided, well, I'm just going to follow him and take second, and I'll still come out in the points some, because I still have an outside chance of getting into the championship through points. And that's what I'm shooting for. Just keep on driving on to the next track and drive the best I can.
Hey, you've been stringing together a bunch of great runs here, Dog. It's been fantastic to kind of keep up with your progress in this entire 108 team. Congratulations on another good run here, second place finish. Before we let you go, though, the floor is yours. Sponsors, family, friends, whoever you got to thank. Now it's time to do so.
Okay, well, first of all, I want to thank JTN, Joe. You do a great job, and you put us out there in the public, and people can see what we're up to. And anybody out there listening, come on out and join us. Get a wheel. And I would like to thank Tom Musa. I would like to thank Roger. And I would like to thank Rich Finkel for all they do. And I'd like to thank Ricky Bumbleow for the paint job tonight. I would like to say hello to all my family out there, whoever may be watching. And God bless America.
Dog, thank you for the compliments, as always. It's great talking with you. So glad we got to talk with you at the end of one of these races. Congratulations once again on the great finish here tonight. And thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Yeah, and I finally got to make it to the booth. Goodbye, Bristol. Here's another bone, boy.
He appreciates it so much. Make sure you give him a good pat on the head on the way out.
All right, pat.
There we go. John Dog Palmer, driver of the 108, your second place finisher here tonight. Thanks, Dog. And now we head on down to victory lane. He's got the headset on. Fire suit's a little wet from all the champagne. Driver of the number 6 Harley Davidson Ford, Rich Napick. Rich, winning at Daytona, it's always so sweet, isn't it?
This was a great race. Awesome. Missed all the big ones. And just smooth pit stops. Real smooth. No mistakes. Did what I need to do. Just kept it up front all day, just about.
I was going to say, I don't want to say under the radar, but when I looked at this final stat sheet, led the most laps, 37 of them, and by quite a margin. Next closest was 13, and Danny got his car out of the racetrack without using a hauler tonight. But what went into just having, qualified 4th, so it's not like you had to work your way through the field maybe from the back to start the race, but what went into kind of getting out there, getting out front, kind of controlling this race, especially through these later stages?
Yeah, I could run anywhere. High lane was fast, low lane was okay. I like pulling everybody up on the high lane. We were pulling away pretty good from there.
Big Dale Jr. guy then?
Not really.
Oh. Well, it would have been better if you were, because it would have. But Rich,
but you can learn a lot watching what he does too.
Hey, that is for sure. A win here tonight, though. I mean, with the way the rules are here in TMP and whatnot, the win here in the Cup Series, it means a lot to the drivers. It means a lot championship-wise. How do you guys continue to keep this momentum going with this entire 6 team?
Just keep showing up every week and doing the best you can. That's it, because a lot of good drivers here. Everybody's good, and tough competition. You just got to keep pulling the reins, keep going.
Just keep
as hard
swimming.
as you can. Yep, just keep going as hard as you can.
But Rich, a fantastic run for you tonight here, winning at Daytona. You've done this booth thing after these races from time to time, so I don't think I need to give you the big long instruction sheet. The floor is yours.
I'd like to thank you guys for putting on a good broadcast. You guys do a great job, and thanks to the guys at TMP. They do an awesome job, and thanks for letting us race with you. And thanks to everybody watching, Judy, my kids, everybody out there, thanks for your support. Appreciate it.
A popular winner tonight, and as always, Rich, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us after this one. Congratulations on the win, and now go celebrate on the town. I think there's a beach just down the way that might make a pretty good place to maybe clean that fire suit off with all that champagne on it.
All right. Have a good night.
You too. Rich Knappick, driver number 6, your winner here from Daytona and Weaver. That's going to conclude our coverage on yet another great super speedway race here in the TMP Cup Series.
We had a great race tonight. I think we saw a little bit of everything, some great racing, some big wrecks that you don't really like to see, but you come to expect them when you come to these tracks. I think everybody got their money's worth watching at home. Big congratulations to Rich Knappick bringing it home with the victory there.
Hey,
Can't wait for the next one.
Person that puts the commercials together is loving seeing those wrecks. I'm just putting that into the world, but
We'll be seeing Dan Rubino in the promo package for quite some time, I imagine.
Maybe in that Daytona 500 promo, Fox will find a way and put it in there. But, folks, we can't thank you enough, as always, for tuning in. Can't thank this guy up here in the booth with me, Joseph Weaver, enough for putting those rookie stripes on his sport coat and giving this booth thing a try. But again, can't thank you, the fans at home, enough, because you guys are the real ones that get this stuff done. Make sure, if you haven't already, hit the like button and subscribe to us right here on JTN. We appreciate it so much. If you want to stay up to date with us, you're also going to want to make sure you're following us on Twitter at Johto Network, linked in the description below. Facebook, Johto Network. TikTok at Johto Network. We post there from time to time. It's a fun time if you go give it a follow. And you're going to want to also make sure you're subscribed to us over on JTN2 for all that podcast goodness, all that racing content that you have known and come to love as part of JTN. With all that being said, though, can't thank you enough for tuning in. For Bristol, our producer, for Joseph Weaver, I've been Joe Towanski. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time live right here on JTN. So long for now, folks. Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checkered. Never mind, they're going to be... Oh, Maverick! Oh, wide!
Who did that?
Turn 4 into the tri-oval. Whitehill is through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
All right, and they're wrecking behind them. We got cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down, but it doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won at Daytona in the 3 car.
Comes Musa. Musa's gonna.
Oh, he's going to use that apron.
He's gonna use the apron.
They're going to be side by side. Coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's going to be a drag race to the line. So Musa gets it.